Good evening, everybody. My mic was muted, so sorry about that. How's everybody doing this evening? Very, very, very unusual for me to go live on a Monday, but I thought, let's get through with this up until the most important bits come in. So, yeah, super tired. It's not going to be a long live stream anyway. But I thought, why not? I'm still on holiday. Well, not on holiday. I'm at home, but I still have a week. So why not, right? And always happy to see you guys. Who do we have? Adrian, Aletta, Allison, along the way, Christine, Craftastic, Daisy, Dave G, Ines, Jennifer, Jock Girl, Catherine, Lisa, Nono, Nanya Business, Penny, Rebecca, Shadow Dancer, Rue Traggers by Yara? Is that right? Krista, Lisa B, Shadow Dancer, Stefania, Sugarbeat, Ant-Man, Tumbleweed, Jennifer. Welcome, everybody. So, I did not even... Good morning. It's 11 minutes past 11 p.m. So 11:11. Ooh. I did not even close my presentation tab, my key thingy on my computer. Thank you, Joe Girl. You too. Your profile picture. Yeah. If you hear background noises, that's my kids still up. Still school's out for summer still. So they're gonna be doing arts and crafts in the middle of the night because this is the best time to do that, right? Alrighty, let's get right into it. I'm gonna stop my cam and share my screen. Just because it came up recently again, I'm sorry I cannot see the chat. I try to look at chat on my phone, but having a massive delay. So I 100% trust what my moderators are doing for me, keeping the chat nice and kind. Just so you know, I'm looking into it a little bit from time to time, but not always. All right, let's get into this. We are back at August. Do I even share my screen? Yeah, get rid of me. We're at August the 7th. So what did we learn so far? We stopped with the little note or letter he left at his parents' house. I can read that real quick to you again. So he left that letter on the 6th of August. This is when Shanann came to pick him up. Bad weather, so Ronnie wasn't comfortable to drive. To whom it may concern, if anyone gets this letter, I would never do anything to hurt myself or my children or my wife. If anything happens to me, please investigate my wife. So this is where we stopped Saturday night, getting into August the 7th. Here again, for people who just recently joined my channel, everything in black is the discovery, and everything in red I put in, what we found during our little investigation based on other data, based on stuff we know from Ronnie and Cindy. And yeah, just so you know. So August the 7th, 5:17, they're using military hours, so 5:17 or 5:17 hours means 5:17 a.m. Just for everyone who did not know that. Shanann told Addie Maloney, her friend, Chris told me last night he's scared to death about this third baby, and he is happy with just Bella and Celeste and doesn't want another baby. Addie confronted Shanann, telling her Watts is just scared and everything will be fine once the baby is born. Shanann replied, he has changed. I don't know who he is. Addie asked what she means, and Shanann replied, he hasn't touched me all week, kissed me, talked to me, except for when I'm trying to figure out what is wrong. He's been distant since I left. Just real quick, for because we have so many new people and new people new to the case, this is the discovery, right? And what you see here in brackets, this is basically the item number. That's item 42. This is Shanann's phone, the timeline number of when these timeline entries occurred, meaning every picture you take, every message you send, every phone call you make from your phone or receive has a timeline number in your phone, and this is what they extracted. So this just aside. Later in their conversation, Shanann told Eddie, I told him last night I don't feel safe with him after what he said about the baby, and if he loves me, he would hold me and tell me it will be okay. Give me something, and he did nothing but go to bed. This is just a screenshot of her phone record. So at this time, around 2:31, she calls Jim for 1 minute. At 4:26, Shanann told Watts, something else is wrong that you're not saying, because lack of communication doesn't cause you not to be present or touch me or love me. Besides, the lack of communication hasn't been with me in 6 weeks. This effing sucks. I really don't want to leave here. Then she calls this weird 303 number, which she calls, talking about NK, which she calls quite a lot in the last, I would say, week, 2 weeks. Here, only for 1 minute. At 5:10 p.m., Watts received a calendar alert flight from Raleigh to Denver. And this is his personal phone, item 41, and his timeline entry is 7214. Then at 10:58 p.m., Watt's work phone reconnected with a Netgear 27 router, likely the router in their home. So what does this tell us? We do have in the discovery, in the digital discovery, we do have all his router logs, but we only have them from Sunday. So this tells us, this is August the 7th. This tells us that they probably had the router logs. And if they didn't pull the router logs off his actual router, they at least had it in his phone timeline, right? Because also when you connect or disconnect, this is all a timeline entry. So therefore, they know exactly, law enforcement knows exactly what is going on or what went on. Here with this work phone, item number 40, timeline 6467. August 8th and 9th, technician puts data in order so it fits the DA's narrative. And I'll show you why in a second. On August the 8th, 2018, CW returns to work and Nico's ultrasound. Original discovery timeline of August the 8th. This is what you find in the discovery to this day. August the 8th, Watts returned to work. At 7:24 a.m., Sarah Nudd, a friend of Shanann, asked Shanann if they were doing any better. Shanann replied, no, it's so bad, I don't know what to do. He told me he doesn't want this baby and he's happy with just Bella and Celeste. He thought he wanted another one. I'm so sick to my stomach. Tried to have sex with him last night just to see if that would help him, and he rejected me. Shanann said she hasn't cried this hard ever. Shanann added, he said he feels there's lack of communication and it's not from me. I sent him 12 texts over the month begging him to talk to me. He fell asleep at 7 or 8 p.m. But we all know he didn't fall asleep. He just told her, I'm going to bed. Meanwhile, he was talking to NK on the phone for hours. Shanann told Sarah, I tried talking to him after rejection last night and me crying for an hour alone on the couch. He slept. I kicked his sorry ass out of bed and I refused to sleep on couch anymore this week. So, what does this tell us? She slept on the couch and he in a different room. Told him this morning not to come home today. If he can tell me the damn truth on what he the hell is wrong. So, I said on Saturday in the marathon that I believe that something went on before everything went down, right? With her office having transcripts and stuff out from March, April, May. They taken out 10 grand of his 401k. Her talking to a divorce lawyer. Chris also told Kessinger that they were planning on a divorce for a few months, like since April, May, or start of the year. And therefore, I believe, but that's just my personal feeling or opinion, not even opinion, it's just a feeling that I have, and that, we don't know everything that went on in their private life. We only see what there is on their Facebook or on her Facebook. We tend to believe that we know this family, but we don't know really. So, with all these dots connected, the lawyer, divorce, and all that crap, I do believe that her going to North Carolina really was probably a separation trial. And I also do believe that Nico was probably planned to save their marriage, right? And he backtracked, obviously, after that. So, with her saying, I'm no longer sleeping on the couch, tells me that he was sleeping on the couch even when she was back at home, or she was sleeping on the couch, or he was sleeping in the basement when she wasn't in North Carolina or before she went to North Carolina. And this is something that adds to my feeling of them discussing probably divorce, and it's kind of something true to this story. All right, Shanann continued. We're supposed to go to ultrasound tonight, and he doesn't want the baby. He'd abort if I said it was okay. Well, there's no evidence that he ever said, aborted. At 8:06 a.m., Shanann told Sarah. He said he's not having an affair. Sarah asked if Shanann is certain of this, and Shanann replied, honestly, no. But what else would make him to do a complete 360? We couldn't get enough of each other before I left. And this is, in my opinion, a little bit of a contradicting statement, because she is saying, yeah, they couldn't get enough of each other before she left. But then on the other hand, a few sentences earlier, she says, I'm not willing to sleep on the couch anymore. Right? So if there's some truth to what I feel, that there was some stuff going on, maybe serious planning of a separation or not, or at least a talk about it, this is contradicting. All right, 8:52. Josh Rosenberg asked Watts if he was excited for the ultrasound. Today's the day, right? Watts replied he just returned to work and added, yep, today's the day, I'm excited. Watts confirmed the ultrasound was at 7 p.m. Then at 3:11, Watts made an unspecified modification to Shanann's contact information in his work phone. I have no clue what he did. Unspecified, this could be anything. I don't know why the technician states unspecified. So it tells us that it's not a name change or something like that, because they obviously don't know what he did, right? Unspecified. Then at 7:25, Kessinger searched Google on topics related to marrying your mistress. Um, I just put this away. At 9:54, Shanann told Udolph, that's Atkinson, Nicole Atkinson, and Kathy Rosenberg, he said we're not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me. Said he thought another baby would fix his feelings. See? He thought another baby would fix his feelings. So what does that tell us, you guys? Maybe it's not so far-fetched what I said, that they had plans of a separation. Because if he says another baby would fix his feelings, maybe he said that to her, let's try for another baby. Maybe, we can sort things out. Said he refused couples counseling. Shanann elaborated. He said he had a lot of time to reflect his feelings, Shanann added. He said he's going to work it out, but she doesn't know when. He when but she doesn't know when he won't agree to counseling. Her friends offered support and suggestions to work this out. So, um, as we all know, John Glatt, that's an author, he spent 18 months or 14 months with family and friends to find out about some stuff before he wrote his book. He states that they were quite happy after the ultrasound. And Shanann, and they even had a little private gender reveal party at home that day. So I'm wondering, was that after 10 p.m. that night that they talked? Because the next day she tells Cassie that they had the best talk ever. So this is very confusing to me. But let's move on. Then at 9:57, Josh begged, "What? Bro, I'm waiting so patiently. LOL. Don't leave me hanging." Watts replied, "LOL. Envelope is sealed until next weekend." So, where the gender reveal party should take place next weekend, right? Josh asked if they were going to hold a reveal, and Watts said yes. 10:19 p.m. Shanann told NA and Cassie, "I will fight for full custody." Shanann said Watts told her he does not want to divorce right away. See, here again, they've been having the best talk ever, as Shanann states the next day. But then she's telling NA and Cassie the same night, "I will fight for full custody." So something is up here, right? Something is up here. I don't know if all that is true. Not to say anything negative about Shanann, but it, it seems to me that she said many things, many different things to certain people. Like it's almost like, she didn't tell everything to everyone, just bits and pieces. To NA, she said this. To Kathy, she said this. To Christina, she said, something along those lines, but not fully. So I don't get it. Then 10:40, Shanann told the women, "I can't afford 3 kids alone in Colorado." Shanann said their current home loan is on Chris's name. Her friends rallied around Shanann. 8 minutes past 11 p.m., Shanann searched Google on topics like emotion-focused therapy and couples therapy. So if he had already refused emotion-focused therapy or couples therapy, why is she looking it up? So that's something that seems weird to me too. So it could be an error in the timeline because, as we know, the timeline is a total clusterfuck to be honest, could be an error. So the last entry numbers on item 40 is 6482. That's his work phone. Item 41, his personal phone, is 7259. And item 42, that's Shanann's phone, is 151379. Just keep that in mind for in a minute. All right. August the 9th, 2018, Shanann left for Arizona. CW took day off work, not major technician mistake. I put original discovery timeline on the 9th. So, Watts took the day off from work and Shanann left for Arizona. 2:54 a.m. Shanann told Addie that Watts refused to hold her and has told Shanann it is because he's not there, he can't. Shanann told Addie, I canceled gender reveal. Nikki is going to tell me today. I need happy news right now. All right, you guys. What can we believe of this? Right? Chris knew, she knew that they're going to have a son. She also states that in a message to Chris, saying when she left, saying, I can't believe we're having a little boy. So why is she waiting for NA to tell her what the gender of her baby is? Right? That's something that's just, I don't know. Addie asked if Shanann has gone through Watt's phone asking if he was having an affair. Shanann replied, I did, he denied. No, I didn't look. He's deleting messages from his dad. I'm sure he's not that stupid. Addie noted, none of this makes sense. It's not Chris. Frequently throughout the day, Shanann searched the internet for couples counselors. She also accepted a prayer chain focused on their relationship. 6:09 a.m. Shanann asked Watts, do you want to find out together with me tonight on baby's gender? See what I mean? Do you want to find out with me together tonight on baby's gender? But previously, in the discovery, it states, where was it? Envelope is sealed until next weekend. Do you see what I mean? Total clusterfuck of the discovery timeline. It's totally mixed up, right? So the day before, he's telling Josh at 9:57 p.m. that the envelope is sealed until next weekend. But here, Shanann asks him on August the 9th, do you want to find out together with me tonight on baby's gender? So totally mixed up. And it really takes a shitload of work to pick that apart. It really does, because how can we be sure that any of this timeline is even true? How can we be sure that stuff is not put in that belongs to a totally different day? And the reason I'm saying this is we're supposed to believe a certain narrative, right? And the timeline in the discovery is written according to that narrative. Like I told you on Saturday in my other marathon, that with those Facebook posts, if you put that in the right order, it comes across completely different, and it has a completely different meaning. But yeah, let's see. At 9:20 a.m., a log entry appears for the secret calculator in Watt's phone. At 10:06, Shanann shared an ultrasound image of her unborn son with Sarah Nudd. 10:06 a.m., she shares the ultrasound image of her unborn son, but wasn't even at the ultrasound yet. So totally mixed up. And you can go back to the original discovery and check for yourself. It's still in that mixed up order, right? All right. I want you all to look at this image number. That's Shanann's phone timeline number. I'm just going to explain really quick. I made a whole live stream about the doll picture. So I'm just going to explain real quick for everybody who is new. And item number 42, that's Shanann's phone timeline number. And the image has also a image number, 7834, right? This is what she sends to Sarah. Evidently, here, Shanann shared an ultrasound image of her unborn son with Sarah Nudd. Here, another thing. This is the doll picture. So at 11:44, after she sent this picture, right? The technician states, this image was taken by Watt's phone, which she sent to Shanann. She replied, don't know what to think about this. They give us his personal phone number, item number, timeline 7299-7300, image number 7836. Then here, at 1:37, Shanann sent a photograph to Sarah Nudd, the image of this letter she wrote to Watts. They give us her item number again, her timeline number, no image number. All right. But we know it's 15/17/47. Let's go further. What did I mix up? Oh, no, here, sorry about that. All right, so we know she sends this picture, 7834, right? They give us, they give us her item number, 42, that's her phone, image number 7834. And now here, she sends some other picture to her friend Sarah. They give us his item number, but her image number. You see? So this picture, Chris never took nor sent to her. This was actually a Facebook post of Shanann, and she did never reply to him, don't know what to think about this. She posted it on Facebook, which I have here. That's her Facebook. I don't know what to think about this. So he did not send her or take that picture. First of all, he was at work. And second of all, he wasn't even at home. So what the technician is telling us as some sort of, I would say, premeditation, right? The technician makes us believe that he took the picture, sent it to Shanann, and she replied to him, don't know what to think about this. That's her image number, her image entry, right? When in fact, this was her Facebook post. So this is just a little example on how crazy the timeline is, right? Alrighty. So here I explain it again. It's just part of the timeline that she sent that ultrasound picture. She posted that on Facebook. It's his item number they give us, but her image entry number. So he did neither send it to her nor take it. Here, again, evident On August the 9th or 8th, image 7836. And this is the last two images of Bella and Cece, also taken with his personal phone, but the image numbers are 7524 and 7525. So by August the 12th, he should have in his 8,000 numbers on the image, as you can see here. See, it doesn't add up. So that's her image number, not his. Just real quick. Yeah, and here for the Karens, I put, because some say, oh, maybe he did take that with his work phone and send it to her. No, he didn't even have that many images on his work phone. He's only in 1,412, and here he is in 7,524. All right, good. Yeah, this is what I put. I think it's a bit rude of me, but yeah, this is how I felt. So I put it. I hope this technician will never be hired if this happens to my loved ones. What you saw is a mix between August the 7th, August the 8th, and August the 9th, right? Copy and paste much, or an agenda for the dirty, what did I put here? DA, right? And here you can see another screenshot I took where you can evidently see. And if you don't believe me, go back to the discovery and see for yourself. August the 9th, 2018, Watts took the day off from work and Shanann left for Arizona. August the 10th, 2018, Watts took the day off from work and Shanann left for Arizona. Copy and paste. Exactly. It's a really that, I mean, a discovery, it gets presented to the judge, and it's a summary of what of evidence, of data, of stuff like that. You don't, I mean, people say it's not that important, but if you make such fatal errors that a whole story is set up to be totally different than it really actually was, if you read it in the correct order, that's what, in my opinion, that's just a shitty move. So I put August the 7th, August the 8th, and August the 9th in the right order, right? So let's get into the right order. So this is the 7th then at 9:54, because if it's in the right order, it also makes perfect sense again. Shanann told NA and Cassie, he said we're not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me. Shanann elaborated. He said he had not a lot of time to reflect his feelings. So you guys, this was all before the ultrasound. We just learned, or we just saw, that the technician put the stuff or mixed the stuff totally up, right? So Shanann or Josh asked him what the gender was, and he says, oh, the envelope will be sealed until next weekend, if they haven't even been at the ultrasound yet, right? Okay, so 10:19, Shanann told NA and Cassie, I will fight for full custody. Shanann said Watts told her he does not want to divorce right away. 10:40, Shanann told the women, I can't afford 3 kids alone in Colorado. At 10:58, Watts' work phone reconnected with a Netgear router, likely the router in their home. The real August the 8th. 2:54, Shanann told Addie that Watts refused to hold her and has told Shanann it is because he's not there, he can't. Shanann told Eddie, I canceled gender reveal, right? All this happened before. So at 5:56 a.m., he is leaving for work. At 5:26, he arrives at the Batcave. At 6:09, Shanann asks Watts, do you want to find out together with me on baby's gender? His reply is not found in his phone, but Shanann soon commented on his answer. Loved, yes. So this is the right order. It's just not a Chuck Norris move, in my opinion. So then I put this here, but it belongs down here. At 7:24, Sarah Nutt, friend, asked Shanann if they were doing any better. Shanann replied, no, it's so bad and I don't know what to do. So all of this before the ultrasound. Shanann continued, we are supposed to go to the ultrasound tonight and he doesn't want the baby. He'd abort if I said it was okay. This part belongs here. A log entry appears for the secret calculator in Watt's phone. "8:06 in the morning, Shanann told Sarah. He said he's not having an affair, doing a complete 360. We couldn't get enough of each other before I left. 8:52. Josh Rosenberg asked Watts if he was excited for the ultrasound. Today is the day, right? So, and all this was on the 10th or on the 9th put in. Oh, no, on the 7th. Sorry, on the 7th, when they didn't even have the ultrasound yet. Yep, today's the day I'm excited. What's confirmed the ultrasound was at 7 p.m. So, August the 8th, 2:48, he is in Fort Lupton again. She's in Fort Lupton again, sorry. They talk for 3 minutes. 3:09 to 6 p.m., he went to Kessinger's house with his work truck. While with or at Kessinger, he made an unspecified modification to Shanann's contact information in his work phone. How do I know that? I'm going according to the timeline entry. So what I did was taking the last timeline entry I had and put the next timeline entry for that specific device, item number 40, past that. So this is how we know that he did this while or on the way into her apartment or whatnot, right? So he did something to Shanann's contact information so NK would not find anything. Or when she calls him or whatnot, he can say it's my mom or whatnot. At 6:20 p.m., he arrives at home. At 9:25, Kessinger searched Google on topics related to marrying your mistress. Then she calls Jim quite a bit because she knows, I don't need to call him because, first of all, his wife is at home, yeah, and they're going to the ultrasound. She knew that because otherwise she would have called him already. Then at 10:07 p.m., he calls her for 87 minutes. What does tell us that? He was sleeping somewhere else, not with Shanann in one bed, at least not in the same room. So this continues. Watts never took the day off August the 9th. He went to work as usual. And the technician states Watts took the day off from work and Shanann left for Arizona. Might be a little mistake, but I think it's heavy. So in here you can see his geotab on the 8th and on the 9th. On the 8th, Saratoga Trail. And here on the 9th at 6:24, he arrived at the Anadarko office. So now, the real August the 9th, 2018. So 5:55 a.m., CW left for work. 6:24 a.m., CW arrived at Anadarko. Then she calls somebody with a weird number. I couldn't find out who it was. Then in the morning after the ultrasound, Shanann shared an ultrasound image of her unborn son with Sarah Nudd, her friend. So now all of a sudden it all makes sense, right? Then she posts that picture at 11:46 a.m. and 10:06 she sends that image to her friend. Then she sends her the letter also to Sarah. And then Shanann told Sarah that Watts has agreed to go away next weekend, just us. Shanann said a friend has agreed to watch the kids. So here you go, you guys. So what Mr. Glatt said in his book is the truth, because he is saying they made up, they had a private little gender reveal party, they had a good talk, and everything seemed to go okay-ish, right? I think that's evidently true because she tells Sarah he has agreed to go away next weekend. That tells me they had spoken with each other. They had said, let's figure this out. Let's go back together and, pull through this and let's go away for a weekend. And he has agreed. So what Mr. Glatt says, I do truly believe 100%. At 1:44, Shanann asked Watts, why did you cancel your Facebook account? He did not respond. By the time Shanann asked him about the Facebook, Chris was out at the Riceback field in Fort Lupton. I have no clue why I put that. Some sort of significance, I'll see. I go through that with you guys after so many months. So bear with me if I cannot remember everything and why I put something. But I think it will explain itself when we go through. So at 3:07, Shanann asked Watts, can you be there Monday to drop Bella off with me to her first day of kindergarten? Watts replied, I can make that happen. 3:45, Shanann received a confirmation from Amazon that a book titled Hold Me Tight, 7 Conversations for a Lifetime of Love would be delivered August 10th, Friday. And this is also evident because Mr. Glatt, and this is in my documentary Into the Abyss. If you're a member of my channel, you can watch it for free in the members only section. He also states that he was talking to NA as well. So he was interviewing her while, researching for his book. So NA told him that they were reading it together on the plane on their way to Arizona. Shanann had ordered a hardcover book of, oh, am I frozen? Am I frozen? I'm not frozen. So Shanann ordered him the hardcover book on Amazon, and she downloaded it on her Kindle or phone. I'm not sure. And they were reading it together on the plane, or parts of it together on the plane. And Shanann was reading it totally, completely. And this is why I also believe, Shanann received a confirmation from Amazon, and I do believe that he had agreed to read that book. At 4 p.m. on that day, she pings in Platteville. So she's at the Anadarko office still, or around there somewhere at least. And he calls her for 38 minutes. Um, at 4 p.m., when he is calling her, he is still at Saratoga Trail. So he probably gets mail, he's at the mail boxes or whatnot. So while he's doing that, he's calling her. And at 4:40, he arrived at home. So during the whole call of 38 minutes, he wasn't at home. He arrived at 4:40 p.m. on that day. So as you can see, the phone call starts. He was not at home yet, was somewhere else at 6401 Saratoga Trail. And then after the call ended, he went home. So he's quite a lot in his car, in his truck, calling and talking to NK. What I found very, very weird is that she continues or does call Jim always or almost always right after she called Chris. It's almost like they, knew each other and they were talking about something specific. So at 4:38, he hangs up the phone. 4:40, he arrives at home. And 13 minutes later, she calls Jim. What they talk about in 1 minute, 2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes, I have no clue. It's not, you know, something discussed in detail, I guess. Oh. And I have my mug again. I get such a dry throat from reading. 7:37. Watts told Troy McCoy that he was taking tomorrow off and added, I will meet up with you for the fire sticks sometime tomorrow if that's cool. McCoy said that was fine. 8:17. Shanann told Eddie that she was talking with Watts presently. Eddie asked what the gender of their child is, and Shanann replied, If I tell you, you can't tell anyone. He, Watts, wants to announce it Monday, August the 13th. Shanann added, She is trying to be accommodating. He's talking and kinda being Chris, but he's very distant still. Watts logs into Instagram at 8:45 and searched at 9:07 prices for an Audi Q7. I mean, he couldn't afford the peanut butter on his toast, let alone an Audi Q7. 9:12. Shanann told NA and Cassie, Chris wants to move to Brighton. And do you remember, guys, when he said, when NK said to him, what area he would be willing to move, and he said something about Brighton? Now, the same thing he tells Shanann. Chris wants to move to Brighton. Shanann announced their son will be named Nico Lee Watts. Shanann cautioned they were not going to tell anyone the name until Monday and to keep this a secret. Shanann told the women the conversation she had with Watts this evening has been the best talk yet. So they did have a little private gender reveal party, right? So at 9:30 p.m., he calls her for 18 minutes, and at 10:15 p.m. again for 43 minutes. All right, 10:27. Shanann asked how the conversation with Watts went. Shanann replied, Oh my God, much better. We talked. He told me he loved me back. Still cold, but not as cold. He even kissed me before going to sleep in basement, which is second kiss since picking him up from airport. See there, you guys? He even kissed me before going to sleep in basement. So That tells me that he was sleeping in the basement before she left for North Carolina. There was something going on beforehand. Shanann added, I want to tell you, Genda, but you have to keep secret. He wants to wait till I'm back to tell everyone, so Monday. Shanann said he agreed to counseling. Shanann said, What's agreed to read the book? I ordered, coming tomorrow, and write me a letter expressing. Shanann said, We're going away next weekend, just us. 11 p.m. Watts transferred images of Kessinger, some semi nude selfies, into his secret calculator application. So that was the day in the right order. August the 10th, Fire Stick. So we know that at 4:30 a.m., also from the book, 4:30 a.m., NA picked Shanann up for Arizona. What I also note on the side is, and I have to add it in there afterwards, people are saying the kids were light sleepers. And especially Bella was a light sleeper because her room was directly above the garage. So Chris was sleeping in the basement, right? As we know now from Shanann. He kissed her before going back to sleep in the basement. All right. So Bella was a light sleeper. You would think that Shanann or Chris, they are uncomfortable with the kids being awake when they are asleep. That's why Mr. Rusek put that latch on the front door so the kids couldn't go out or escape while, they were unattended. However, this morning, Shanann went into Bella's room and told her that she is going to be picked up and going to work with Nikki, so with Nicole Atkinson. So Bella was awake. So where this light sleeper and he cannot pull up his truck into the driveway because it will wake up the kids is a bit far-fetched in my opinion, because this is evident that Bella was awake or could be awake anyway, right? She woke her up to tell her, I'm going to work. You will be seeing me back on Sunday or Monday. So that was always something I found really weird. So 6:20 a.m., the day she's leaving. So she's on her way to airport or already at the airport. Missing from Watt's phone, but found in Shanann's. She told Watts, Good morning, honey. Sorry to make you wake up early twice today. I didn't want alarm going off. We are checked in and everything. It's already a madhouse here today. Enjoy the girls. Don't forget King Supers 1011. I told Bella I was leaving for work with Nikki, and I assured her that I was always coming home. There you go. And in the book, it's more in detail that she, always said goodbye to her children when she left for work or when she left on a trip, stuff like that. I was leaving for work with Nikki and assured her I was always coming home. They usually don't eat right away lately. Give them lots of kisses for me. Thank you for everything last night. I miss and love you so much. I am still in shock. We're having a little boy. I'm so excited and happy. I really thought it was another girl. Thank you for letting me hold you this morning. It felt good. Your letter is on the counter. Have a great time with the kiddos. They truly missed you. Love you, baby. Send me pics. Shanann told Watts at 6:43. I don't know why I feel really weak standing. I'm drinking a Gatorade and had a biscuit. Getting ready to take off. What time kids wake up? Watts speculated her weakness was from a lack of sleep. Watts told her that Bella just woke up and Celeste was still asleep. 7 a.m., Shanann received a calendar alert regarding her flight from Denver to Phoenix. 7:51, Jeremy Lindstrom, apparently knowing the Watts were having a boy, congratulated Watts. Little man is a lucky boy. Watts thanked Jeremy and asked what time the party was on Sunday, August the 12th. Jeremy said 1 p.m. So the pool party they went to, right? Jeremy says or the birthday party, it's at 1 p.m. 8:03 a.m. Not found in Watts' phone. Shanann and Watts exchanged happy anniversary messages. Obviously not found in Watts' phone. 8:44, Shanann told Watts she just landed in Arizona. And then Miss Kessinger, again, this 303 number for 2 minutes only. 9:24, Watts asked Jeremy, do you think McKenna is available to watch the girls for a few hours tomorrow night? I won a raffle at work for a Rockies game. It's with people I don't know from work, but I haven't been to a game in a while where the kids aren't involved and only last an inning, lol. Jeremy replied, of course, and asked which house. Watts replied, I would say my house, because the girls would fall asleep easier and it would be watching the monitor. When asked what time, Watts said 5:30. Game starts at 6:15. 11:57 a.m. Shanann sent Watts a web address for a realtor. 3 minutes later, Watts visited the website. At 1:34, Watts asked McCoy what time he wanted to meet for that fire stick. By 3:05 p.m., Watts told McCoy he had arrived at their meeting location, wherever that was. Wherever that was, if it was the Safeway or not, right? They could have met elsewhere. Why am I saying this? Because why would you go to that Safeway parking lot in Fort Lupton when you live closer to each other than the way to the Fort Lupton Safeway? So it takes Chris approximately 50 minutes to get there, 50 minutes, and it takes McCoy approximately 50 minutes to get there, right? So why not meet up in the middle? Why not meet up at his house? Why not meet up at Chris's house? This is very, very suspicious to me. So, anyways, he's meeting him at their meeting location. 1:42 p.m. Shanann received confirmation from Amazon that the book she ordered was delivered. Minutes later, she suggested Watts check the mail. He probably was by that time already on his way to the Safeway parking lot to meet up with friggin' McCoy. So, Miss Kessinger is running errands from 12:25 through 1:58. She does little phone calls, and the 9705 number, then 9702, then 303 number, the 9702 number, the 303 number, the 9707, the 303 number again, 9707 and 9702 for 1.5 hours, and she talks to them 4 minutes, 1 minute. Okay, this is voicemail. 1 minute, 3 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. So you tell me, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? She's pinging in Brighton. And then in Thornton at 1:58. But I just find it odd that she calls, this number, then this number, then this number again, then this number again, then this number again, and all such little mini phone calls. It's really, really weird to me. Something's up. So do you guys feel like that this was some sort of setup meeting, meeting to get everything ready and in place? Let me just check on the chat with you guys. Um, yeah, final checks, tumbleweed could be, yeah. I don't think the fire stick is at all relevant in itself. Yeah, also true. She had no friends on her Facebook, only Thrive friends. Okay. um, Frank Senior thinks he got that fire stick, but he doesn't. No, I don't think so. This is another thing. If this fire stick meeting wasn't true, why would Mr. Rusek say he has the fire stick? That makes no sense, right? NK was a very busy girl, right? It looks panicked unless they are conference calls. And this is what I was saying, this 303 number. Yeah, can we call that 303 number? Probably not. I can't remember if I looked it up. I think I did. I would have to look into my files. Not sure if I did. Yeah, a conference call wouldn't show all the numbers. Probably not, but maybe she acted as a middleman or giving information to this person and then hearing what this person says about the meeting and then giving that information to another person, some sort of calling around. Safe way out the way for both men to create the illusion they are above suspicion. Right. Frank is a broken man. Absolutely. Yeah. And as I stated before, I don't know why that is. And maybe, it's just me. It's just a feeling. And I don't want to sound rude or mean or nothing, but it always gets me when I see him. Like he really, I feel more sorry for him if I can just say that out loud. I don't know. It's just a feeling. I just feel more sorry for him than for, you know, his other family members. Let's put it this way. I don't know why that is, but I don't know. I think he's a nice man. I don't know. It's just a feeling. She was organizing. Yep. What is it your birthday, Lady Sarah? At 12:45 a.m. What time is it now for you? So we can all sing you a little happy birthday song. Yeah. How many calls did you make in a matter of 20? I think it's 1.5 hours, but still, it's really weird. Exactly. The girls were upstairs alone. And this was the point, right? Because everyone says, oh no, she would never, and or they would never, and Mr. Rusek building that latch. And it's not that far-fetched that the kids were up when they weren't, you know? 303 is a number synonymous with Denver. It's a primary area code for the Mile High city like Boulder. Yeah, I gotta look that up again. Gotta look that up. All right, back to the timeline. So at 3:50, Ronnie Watts asked if Watts deleted his Facebook account. Watts replied, "Yes, sir, liberated myself." At 2:33, Ronnie asked Watts if Shanann, is gone. You think we could FaceTime with the girls tonight? Or do you think that's a good idea? Don't want to get anything started. Watts replied that he feared Bella would tell Shanann. Ronnie responded, "That's what I'm afraid of. If she finds out, she would probably have a fit. Don't want to make things worse." And Watts agreed. Um, Here's the thing. I don't think he wanted his parents to know that obviously on this day, the big game and such, um, or, meet up Fire Stick, the game the next day and all that. Obviously, he didn't want, just a feeling, or my opinion, he didn't want his parents to know where he is at, and that he hired a babysitter, the Lindstrom girl, to babysit Bella and Celeste. That's why he said, yeah, maybe, Ronnie didn't want to start anything, which is understandable after not Gate and all. But yeah, he's afraid of, that Bella would tell Shanann. And honestly, I don't think that it would be such a big deal if she would tell her mom that they FaceTimed. After that, they spoke, they were alrighty-ish again. And Shanann also states in her letter that she was a bit over the top along those lines, and that, she states that also to her friends. So I don't think it would have been a big deal. But Chris made it out to be, Bella could tell Shanann. He did not tell his parents really that they spoke, that everything is okay ish, you know, just a feeling. So, this is a screenshot of their text messages, McCoy and Watts. What time you want meet up for the Fire Stick? Whenever, buddy. What area are you going to be close to when you leave? 44. I will start heading that way now. When you leave, call me so I know where at. Um, I'm not sure if he did call him. Did he call him? Does anyone know? Did he call him and tell him, come to the Safeway? I'm asking you guys in chat. 44 is probably a route, or it's a highway or whatnot. I'm not too sure. The question I have is, did he call him? I will start heading that way now. When you leave, call me so I know where at. It would be interesting to find out. Maybe we do along the timeline. But it would be interesting to know if he really did call him. Because if he didn't, how the hell would they know to meet up at the Safeway parking lot? Catherine, there's no record of it? So this is interesting. He must have called Penny, right? But they searched his whole phone, right? And it never showed up that he called him, did it? I'm not too sure. So they must have spoken before he said to McCoy, let's meet up for the Fire Stick. So if they had not spoken on the phone when they were heading out there, the Fire Stick was, in my opinion, then definitely some sort of code. Right? Yeah, he said here, parked next to the orange Mustang. Okay, so this occurred at 2:33. Where was Chris then? Where was Chris? It takes him, hold on, you guys, give me 1 wee second, and I'm gonna check how long it will take him out there, because I'm not too sure anymore. I think it was 50 minutes or something. Let's say he's at 2825 Saratoga, going to the Safeway in Fort Lupton. Okay, we'll take him around 25 minutes. Okay, so this could be. So from the time he sends the text message, if it did take him around 25 minutes, the time would add up, right? So if he was at home, the time would add up to be at the Safeway at 3:05 p.m. But we still don't know if he called him or not. Let's see, I have the oh, do I have something else? No. Okay. I have the interview of McCoy. Let's see if we can find out something here. I'm not gonna be reading through the whole thing, but yeah. McCoy said he saw Watts on Friday, August the 10th. McCoy said Watts told him that Watts took Friday off of work to take his wife Shanann Watts to the airport for her business trip to Arizona. McCoy said he met Watts in the Safeway parking lot in Fort Lupton at about 3:05 p.m. to receive Watts' Amazon Fire Stick for his television. McCoy said Watts showed up driving Shanann's white Lexus Sport utility vehicle, SUV. McCoy said he was able to see Bella and Celeste in the back seat of the SUV. McCoy said he could see both children were buckled into their car seats. McCoy said he waved to Bella and Celeste and he could hear them laughing. McCoy said he knows Bella and Celeste from past contacts with the Watts family. McCoy said he was talking to Watts in the Safeway parking lot. McCoy received a phone call from Cody Roberts, another Anadarko employee. Roberts told McCoy there was a leak in the bypass line on the oil well, Survey 319. McCoy said this leak was small enough that it could wait until Monday to be fixed. McCoy said Watts overheard part of the conversation with Roberts, and Watts volunteered to go out to Survey 319 first thing Monday, which we debunked, right? Cody never knew anything about Chris being present together with McCoy and that Watts offered to go out there to Survey 319 first thing Monday morning. He did not know anything about this. Why? Because on Sunday, Chris sent him a message saying, I'm gonna go out first thing in the morning, or to 6:29 first thing in the morning, and I can check the 319 for you if you want. So he wouldn't have said that to Cody if Cody already knew from Friday that Chris was going out there Monday. So Cody replies to him something along those lines with, oh, I was going out there, and then they agreed that he's going out there. So Cody did know shit about that Friday. McCoy is lying. Oh, and also, when Cody was texting with Watts, right? On Sunday, Cody says to Watts, did Troy tell you what I found out there? You know, referring to the leak in the bypass line. Then Chris said, yep, was standing right next to him. So this indicates that Cody had no friggin' clue when he called McCoy that Watts was present. Otherwise, he would have known, he would have said, oh, yeah, of course, you know, Chris is here. We have a leak in the bypass line. No, he didn't know that. It never occurred. I don't think it occurred at the Safeway. Or what do you guys think? You know, it's, yeah, McCoy is lying. And I really, really don't even think that they went to the Safeway. Maybe met somewhere else. You know, and all his bullshit with, he backed up so he could see the kids crap. All right, let's keep going. We are almost at the 11th. At 6:08 p.m., Shanann asked Matt Johnson if he was still planning to stop by her home and repair the air conditioning. Johnson said he hoped to and will coordinate with Watts. Shanann and Watts then exchanged messages regarding this expected repair. At 7:08, Watts searched the internet for shows at the Comedy Works. At 8:07, Watts searched Google for Blue Agave Grill, both in Denver and northern Colorado. Then at 8:57, she calls him for 8 minutes. At 9:20, Shanann called Watts and held a 10-minute conversation. 9:34, Shanann searched the internet via Groupon for deals on hotels in Aspen. She sent Watts the link, and minutes later, Watts visited the same websites featuring hotels in Snowmass Village and Aspen. So he agreed to go away. 9:53, Shanann asked Watts, if you're up to, can you put Bella's seat back in the Lexus? She's been begging for it. Watts said he will knock it out. 10:57, Watts transferred the video of Kessinger thanking him for their trip to the Great Sand Dunes into his secret calculator application. At 11:10, Watts' phone connects with the home's wireless network. Then he sends her this. Rocky's game didn't end until 10:20. Good thing you left early. You would have been there for a while. And this is also very, very weird to me. So she states in her interview or phone interview or wherever, I can't remember, that she went to a Rockies game, right? She did on the 10th. So why would he tell her Rocky's game didn't end until 10:20? Good thing you left early. You would have been there a while. Isn't that something? On the 10th. When I saw that the first time, I was thinking, Rocky's game didn't end until 10:20. Okay, they were talking about probably the 11th, right? On the Saturday when when he told his friends, yeah, saying, looking up on the internet when it actually ended. So he's right on time. But why on the 10th? That makes no sense. And she says she went to a Rockies game on the 10th, which is true. Well, it's true that the Rockies played. I looked it up. But if she was there, I don't know. So, no, that I believe it's her text message. So she tells him, Rocky's game didn't end until 10:20. Good thing you left early. You would have been there a while. So does that mean they were together on Friday night? That Elizabeth, I'm talking about NK. She stated that she was at a Rockies game on the 10th, right? So why would she tell him or he tell her? I can't remember who sent that text message. It was definitely a text message exchanged between NK and Watts. I'm just not too sure anymore. I would have to look that up. Um, who sent it to whom, right? Either NK sent it to Watts or Watts sent it to NK. I'm not too sure about that anymore. But why on the 10th? Why on the 10th? And then saying Rocky's game didn't end until 10:20. Good thing you left early. You would have been there a while. And if they spend the evening together and that was all made up bullshit with the Rockies game, I'm telling him or I'm telling her, the Rockies game didn't end until 10:20. So you can tell your friends, it didn't end until 10:20 and we did this and that. Where were the girls that Friday? Where were the girls? If that Friday Rockies game is all made up bullshit, which I assume it is, otherwise, why would she or he send this text message? Why? And we don't have his router logs from the 10th either. So I would have, look it up. Exactly, Sugar Beet. Who would have babysat on the Friday? Where were the girls? They clearly were together on Friday night. This message gives it away. It almost sounds like a an excuse to give to somebody, tell them, I know the Rockies game did not tell until 10:20. So this is what you are going to say, right? Really, really odd. So if they were together on that Friday, which I believe they were, according to that weirdo text message, on the 10th, not on that Saturday, it's on the Friday where coincidentally the Fire Stick meeting occurred. Weird text message. Where were the kids? Babysitter came on Saturday, not Friday. Danielle, maybe? No, code words. CW sent to NK. Do you think tumbleweed? You know what, you guys? I'm gonna look it up. Really, really quick. Give me one little mini second. Today, everything is mini with me. Mini marathon, mini, everything mini. Okay, he sent it to her. I just pulled it up. He sent it to her. Rocky's game didn't end until 10:20. Good thing you left early. You would have been there a while. Seriously? Seriously? Rocky's game didn't end until 10:20. Good thing you left early. You would have been there a while. What the heck? What the heck? Traffic. Yeah. But traffic where to or where from? My mug is not mini. No. Nope. It's humongous. So this really is effed up, isn't it? So he tells her, the red is he, is what? When the Rockies game ended. If she had been to the Rockies game, she knew when it ended, right? Sugar Beet, did he have the girls with him? That's a good question. That's a damn good question. We don't know. Where were the girls? And where was he? Where was he? With the girls or not with the girls? Preparing? Was he preparing with McCoy? And the girls were with NK? This is so effed up, honestly. And then here, 11:10. What's phone connected with the home's wireless network? So with his home router, right? And then he sends her this. 11:10. What's phone connect with the home wireless network? 10 minutes later, he sends her this. Isn't that something? So they were together. They were together, in my opinion, or according to the timeline. Right, no. It's a cover story for a planning meetup. Right? They were together because if she was at that Rockies game, she would have known certainly when it ended. I don't know if I read too much into this, but what other explanation is there? Why would he tell her this? And then we're getting to the August 11th. the lazy dog meeting. So, 2:15 a.m., she calls him, and 2:17 a.m., she calls him again for 13 minutes. First of all, for 1 minute, then for 13. This is not a voicemail. It would say voicemail or mailbox, 7:02 a.m. in the morning. Shanann sent a message to Watts. Good morning, baby. Are the girls up? Watts replied, Good morning. They are watching cartoons in bed. Shanann described the thunderstorms the night before in Arizona. Minutes later, Shanann asked Watts, Do you want the NFL package for the fall? She next searched DirecTV for information about that sports package. Watts replied he wanted to see if the Fire Stick, a streaming flash drive, can save them from spending the money, and Shanann said, Okay, baby. 6:58 a.m. Jeremy asked Watts if he would rather go with me to the Broncos. Watts lied and said he would like to, but since it's related to my job, they will ask questions if I don't go. 9:30, I scratched that out because I feel like in a discovery, it's a document and no personal feelings should be from the technician or forensic technician who is drafting that discovery should be in the discovery. And he puts, personal feelings and shit like that. Okay. Kissinger spent 45 minutes searching Google on topics like how to prepare for anal sex and the anal sex guide. This progressed to searches at Pornhub for interracial porn videos and threesomes with double penetration. Nice, huh? I mean, what's the big deal? My gosh. Everybody's like, oh my God, what is she looking up? Well, you know, who cares what she was into? 9:45. Although not found in Watt's phone, Shanann asked him, Have you talked to Bella about if we have a boy? Watt said, Not yet, and added, She said when the baby comes out, she will pretend it's a girl. Shanann indicated she was laughing and said, Oh my God, I love her. 11:18 a.m. Watt searched Google for trails and hot springs near Aspen. 12:30. Watts told Shanann, Jen, McKenna, and Kylie coming to watch the girls for a few hours while I go to that Rockies game. Shanann asked him to ensure they don't feed Celeste anything she can't eat. She also asked Watts, Will you lock my office? Watts replied, Definitely. 1:49. Watts searched Google for Toyota dealerships nearby. Again. First of all, they look up, or he looks up, paint for Toyota. Then she's making an appointment for Toyota or at the dealership. I don't want to say too much, but do you guys think this could be part of the plan to get rid of her truck after everything? I don't know. Touch up paint, weird appointments for Toyota and stuff like that. Then she calls 2 minutes later. Jim calls her. After that, she calls Chris. And then again, this weirdo number here. 4:02 p.m., Shanann asked what time Watts was leaving for the game. He replied between 4:30 and 5 p.m. 4:34, Watts called a local Papa John's pizza store. At 5:59, Shanann asked McKenna, "Hey love, this is Shanann. How are the girls?" McKenna replied, "They're doing great." Cece ate 3 slices of pizza. Shanann thanked McKenna for watching the girls and asked if she needs anything, just ask. And here I crossed that out too. In contrast, Watts never checked with McKenna to see how the girls were doing. Is not relevant in a timeline, in my opinion. Right. So, Lazy Dog Restaurant Bar. $63 on a salmon dinner. And here's the thing. I personally don't believe that this Lazy Dog meeting ever happened. And I'm gonna explain to you why. We know that he looked up the Lazy Dog on the internet a few times. He did pick up takeaway at the Lazy Dog. He then searched the Lazy Dog's address again, or the Lazy Dog again, not the address. It's unclear if it was the address or not. But we know that he got takeaway, right? Food to go, and met up with NK. I believe, and that's just my personal opinion, when he looked up the Lazy Dog, because he's looking up both, right? He's looking up the one in Westminster, or where it is, and the other one in Erie. So, this one they went to was the one in Erie, right? They supposedly went to. Allegedly. So he's picking up food. He's looking up the menu, in my opinion, on the internet, and then orders or goes there, and picks up food. None, 0 employees of the Lazy Dog saw them eating there. None of the employees at the Lazy Dog could remember seeing them eating there. And don't get me wrong, but with such an freaking case, like where somebody killed his whole family, and I know this guy had been to my restaurant where I was the waiter or the waitress, I would surely remember this face. And I would say, "Oh my God, this guy was here and I served him dinner." None of them remembered him or Kissinger being there. None of them. There is no digital evidence either. There's no camera footage. Nothing. And that's why I believe they never went to the Lazy Dog. He looked up the menu, went there, got takeaway food, and they stayed at her house or somewhere in the area. And I'm also going this far to say, Erie, think, you guys, think outside the box. everyone in the area knew Chris Watts, right? His neighbors and whatnot. Not far from that Lazy Dog is that little bar where Anadarko operators frequently meet up. And I know that from the book from John Glatt because he's been there. So this is not far from that place. If that was in the Erie area, everybody's living there. Wouldn't it be odd to go there and say, and, be in danger, quote unquote, to say, I saw them. Chris, what are you doing with a different woman? What the heck is going on? Right? He would have always had to check his back, right? If somebody sees them. So therefore, I do not believe that this lazy dog, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't believe that they ever went there. Simply because, first of all, it's in the area, right? And I do believe I even saw pictures on Facebook, on Shanann's Facebook, where she's been to the Rusty Bucket. I'm not sure. She went there for lunch several times with Amanda Thayer. So I'm not too sure. He would have always had to watch his back if somebody sees him or, they get caught. And somebody saying, what are you doing with a total stranger woman here with Shanann? I do believe, my personal opinion, not a fact, because I don't have proof for that, but I don't believe that he ever went out to the Lazy Dog with NK or anyone else. I don't think that they physically sat there, had dinner. I don't believe it. He always looked up, and I was always asking myself, why is he looking up the Lazy Dogs? He already been there, right? Why is he constantly looking them up? And I thought, oh, maybe he's looking for the menu. So what about if, and that's just a little theory, right? What if they met up somewhere, even if it was at NK's apartment, let's say, right? They met up there, some people, or them both. And keep in mind, $63. Their previous takeaway meal was 30 something dollars, right? So $63. How many people did he pay dinner for? And I'm just saying, it's just a little theory, right? So he went there looking up Lazy Dogs on Google, not for the address, but for the menu, showing them, what do you want to eat? I go get it. Unfortunately, we don't have a time like on his gift card statements when he paid. We just have the date. Anyways, so he goes there, picks up the food. They met somewhere else to talk about the things that's been going on or they had planned. And this is my little theory, because surely if, I tell you a little story on the side. I work in retail, as you know. I sell all kinds of shit. So there was a horrible, absolutely horrible crime where I live. That was about 10, 15 years ago. And a guy came in and he bought a gas can. Nothing unusual, right? So, what he did though with the gas can, he asked several staff members of mine, where's the gas cans? And they showed him the way and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he bought a gas can. This guy, the next evening, this guy lit his ex-wife's house on fire. And his ex-wife and his little son died in the flames. They tracked, police, law enforcement here, tracked that gas can back to the shop where I worked. Anyway, every single one of us did remember that guy's face because it was such a horrible crime, right? Absolutely horrible crime. So, and when I thought of the lazy dog, I thought of that little, that little story I just told you. Wouldn't you remember if that made international headlines, that case, the Watts case? Wouldn't you remember serving him? Wouldn't you say, hang on a minute, yeah, I know these people, man, I served them. They were here, they were sitting here. This is just something with incidents like this or crimes like this, it's just sticking in your mind, isn't it? And therefore, I believe, like I said, my personal opinion, it just makes them just use common sense. Check what he did previously. He never went out with her sitting somewhere. Of course not. He got the food. Remember what I told you about the IMAX? Right? They want to go there to the IMAX, watch a Jurassic Park movie. And then on the 12th or on the 13th, on the 12th, he sends her, oh, I haven't seen an IMAX in a long time. Well, you just fucking said it. You just been there with her and missed a movie. Right? It's all really weird. So, in my opinion, that lazy dog meeting never happened. Especially not if there were more people present at that meeting, what we believe took place, right? What we believe that there were more people meeting up. And we always thought, oh, well, there's no security footage. And, we want to see security footage, but there is none because there are no cameras, or the cameras get overwritten after a certain amount of time. I don't believe that this lazy dog thing ever happened. And I also don't believe it because lazy dog is a chain, right? They have similar or almost, I think they have some dishes differently, but not all. So the main menu is the same. NK states in her interview, they went to a lazy dog, and then she didn't like the menu, so they went to another lazy dog. Are you kidding me? No, this is not what happened. You don't leave a lazy dog to go to a different lazy dog. That makes no sense. So lie number 10,654, right? You don't have to agree with me on, in my opinion. Then obviously Shanann gets the alert of $63, and rightfully so. What the heck did he eat? She searched Google for a score of the Rockies game as well as what time Rockies game gets over. Then at 10 p.m., McKenna's mom arrived at the Watts house to pick up her daughter. She later states that she was waiting in her car on the driveway and did not enter the house. Right? Okay. What I put in red is what I picked up in interviews. And so Mrs. Lindstrom is saying that at or around 10 p.m., she picked up her daughter and she was outside. She did not go in. So 10, Watts told Jeremy that he would be home in 20 minutes. 4 minutes past 10, having concluded her evening with Watts, Kessinger searched the internet on topics like Chris Watts, Shanann Watts, Ronnie Watts, and 2825 Saratoga Trail. And what did I tell you guys over and over and over and over and over and over again? You see exactly what they had been talking about. Because this is what Chris and also NK are looking up afterwards on the internet. So what the heck had they been talking about? Ronnie Watts and 2825 Saratoga Trail. She's been there. Why would she look that up? Why? Was she making sure? Some sort of plan? Escape ways, maybe? And that filthy thing looking up Ronnie? Disgusting. So why is she looking up Saratoga Trail? Let's continue. 10:15, Shanann called Watts and held a 3-minute conversation. And here you see him, 10:21 and 40 seconds when he paid for, I believe, gas. What did he do? Can't remember. Or he changed money or something. Outside of that little gas station is an ATM. So he got the money for McKenna, then went inside. I don't know, maybe he only got a big dollar note or whatnot and had to pay the babysitter, right? Change the money, right? Okay. Yeah, theory-wise, I have to go into something real quick. I had a lot of backlash of Catherine and Kelly showing her images. I do know that not everybody agrees with everything. That's why I always say, it's my opinion. But on my channel, I don't want anyone to get bashed for things they believe in. Okay? Even though I don't see anything either, but I, I'm just not seeing things. Okay. I see some things, but I'm not seeing everything. And I go always by using common sense, or, the most easiest explanation most of the time is the right explanation, most of the time. Um, I personally do not believe that more than one or two people were at the house that morning. I simply don't see it, and I don't have real proof for it either. Again, it's Kelly's findings and Catherine's findings and enhancements, and Catherine in particularly, since I, know her for quite some time, does good jobs and on enhancements, and it's very, very time consuming. It is very time consuming. And she tries her best to clear things up and to explain everything in the most reasonable way. Um, After the last Saturday's marathon, I was told, as you know, I don't always see chat, that some people were very rude to them two ladies, and that, I mean, if you disagree, to make a long story short, if you disagree, please do it respectful. Even if you think that's absolutely ridiculous, you can say that, but do it in a respectful way, because it, words you're saying can hurt people, right? And, I often disagree with many things, but, it can just hurt somebody. Okay. So, with that being said, I just don't want that on my channel. We are a good team, every one of us. We're a good little community, and I just don't want, anyone feeling uncomfortable in chat. I don't want that. So if you disagree and have a different opinion, you're free to express your opinion always, but don't make fun of people who have a different opinion other than you. I just don't want that. Just let's all agree to disagree if you don't see it. And, I don't mind if you state it's ridiculous, oh my God, and this is far-fetched and this and that. But making fun of something is not nice. Same with in my Facebook group, that laughing emoji, I would really just ban that, because this emoji is to, oh, all right, some things are funny, but if you post something and somebody has a different opinion, or a little bit of a, I should say, a weird opinion, okay, where I sometimes think, oh my God, what is she thinking, or what is he thinking? But some people are so cruel, and they put a laughing emoji. And what do? I kick them out, because I find that disrespectful and rude. It's just not nice. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. It may. I thought a lot about this, and what Kelly and Catherine showed us. And Dave G said to me, maybe that was a distraction, that him running around with the gas can all over the place because things were happening in the back. And I do too believe that she went out the back. And yeah, Dave G, are you in here? Are you in my chat? Would you come on real quick? Oh, Dave G, are you in my chat? Yes, ma'am. Good. Can I send you the StreamYard link, Dave, and you come on and explain? I think you can explain it a little bit better, what you meant by distraction and all that if you have time. That would be absolutely amazing. You don't want to bring up the okay, let's bring up the pillow fight. All right, hold on. I cannot give it, word by word as he said it, and before I say something wrong and get bashed afterwards, I just let him explain what he meant. Do you have the link? And yeah, we had a little pillow fight. I can explain that as well. Okay, I'm just waiting for him real quick. Yeah, he said something about a distraction. And this would line up with, people being in the front of the house. So they can do whatever in the background or in the backyard, what they got to do. And here he is. Welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Tired?
Tired. Yeah, me too. But I'm still on holiday, like on holiday at home. I still have a
Yes,
few days off. All right. Can you just explain what you meant by, with the distraction we talked about the other day?
sure. For all the time that Chris is
And
out
excuse me
front,
for a second so I can go somewhere real quick.
yeah,
Once now
not a
that I have you
problem.
on.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay, be
No,
back in 1 minute.
if you think about all the time that Chris was out front, running around the truck, and then with the cherry can, the gas can that he had, and walked from one side to the other, and it's like at times he was even looking at Nate's camera, and even one thing about Nate's camera, Chris sort of lied on himself when he was talking to the police because he said that somebody had broken into his truck and that they used like a flathead screwdriver or something to pry the toolbox open to steal his tools. But then he turned around and said that it was his own fault because he had left the truck unlocked. So, which is it? Did it actually happen or not? Or did he just tell that to Nate so that he could see where Nate's view of the camera actually was? And with Nate, he told him, I'll park in front of my house and then we can watch your truck in case they do it again. That really stuck out. Like, did he do that on purpose just to find out the camera angle, what it covered, and everything else? So that's another reason why I thought it was just a distraction out front. Because if Chris is out front running around his truck, you know how nosy Nate was, had to know anything and everything what's going on in the neighborhood. Chris also knew what time that Betty left. So, yes, he's got the truck out front. Anybody that's watching Chris would be watching him out front. One thing with Chris, when he was doing his interviews, he said that, well, maybe she went out the back or somebody took her out the back because there's no cameras back there. There's no lights and nobody lives back there. All the houses were under construction. I sent TJ a whole pile of pictures, some aerial view of the backyard and everything else, and the actual tire tracks that are backed up to the fence. And the way the tracks are angled is they're off to the side, closer to Nate's house, pretty well even with the swing set backed up to that. And where it's situated, if somebody was going to be driving by that street or down that street where the houses were being built, they would never ever see anything backed up towards the fence. So, with the tracks that are back there, they're consistent with the white Forerunners because she had mud tires on her truck and they're oversized tires. And the treads in the back there are oversized. As to, say, Chris' truck, which is a work truck, which most work trucks are, they usually have the standard commercial tires on there that are 8 ply, just in case you run over nails or something. And they're always a narrower tire than these mud tires. Mud tires are wider so that they more or less float across, you know, mud and stuff like that, and they won't get stuck as easy. And with that there, you can actually see the tread marks in the mud too. So if they did take her out the back, another thing is if you look at the police body cam that they have for the defense team when they were in there, they had number 28 evidence marker, yellow evidence marker at the bottom of the stairs there. And then they had number 26 in the hallway and number 25 in the threshold of the kitchen that goes with the living room area there, too. So if that's the case, all they had to do was take Shanann out that way. You know, or again, if everything happened in the basement where the dogs were alerted, that Minnie Mouse window is actual fire escape, too. And they had a tote sitting on the floor right underneath that window as a step. So all you do is that one step and you're outside. As to the other basement windows, they all have window wells where they had ladders. They had to go up and down the ladder in order to get in and out. And when Chris was in Dodge, he actually told them that they were using that window as a fire escape and they never locked it. And that was another reason that they put a sensor on the basement door in case somebody did come in during the night or when they weren't at home, it would set off the alarm. And then you can go to Nate saying that he saw Chris several times using the side gate by his house. Again, coming from that window, the Minnie Mouse window again. So, but as to the tire tracks out back, there's some really good photos out there still. The video itself is gone. So all there is photos of what was in the video. So.
Okay, I debunked the tire tracks because the houses did not match. Can you send me that tire track picture again, please, Dave?
Sure. Do you want all the pictures or just tire tracks?
All the pictures. Because we had a little pillow fight going on in mod chat. And I said, this is an old picture. Like, the houses don't match. If that was the backyard and, coming from the Mickey Mouse window as a fire escape, the houses don't match. But let's see. I'll pull it up again. Did you send it?
I sent you one with CC standing on the fence.
Okay, hold on. Give me one little second. Okay. All right, let me show this real quick. Stop.
And there's the tire tracks.
Oh, hold on. I have to pull it up here on a different program. Downloads. So I have CC's and I have the tire track one. Hold on.
Yeah, if you need the aerial photos, I'll send you them ones too, if need be.
Yeah, hold on. What do I do? I'm so not prepared. All right, I think I have it. So this is CC. This is CC on the fence. Is this one of the new builds?
Yes, that's the apartments out back. And see how where she's standing, all the boards and that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't cleaned it up yet. But that's the new build out back.
What date was that picture?
That there was probably either the summer that before they left or the summer before. But I think it was the summer that they left before they went to North Carolina, because I have pictures of that back there and it wasn't fully developed yet, because there's even a video out there showing where they had fire hoses. They were actually wetting the ground because it's so hard to dig. And then they had the bulldozers in there taking the dirt out.
Okay. So in that picture, there's no gravel outside.
No.
I gotta admit. Okay, now let's look at the actual tire tracks. I just really want to know where this originated from.
That was supposed to have came from body cam. Body cam that they don't show us.
Okay. So this is the original tire track picture, right?
Yep.
But this is not Nate's house.
Now, if you go to the deck by the fence, that's Nate's deck. To the left. That's his deck. That's the deck he stood on when the police were asking him if he saw Shanann. The only difference is with this picture, because the way the sun is, there's a shadow on Nate's house, so it looks darker than it is. And if you go to the aerial photos, it shows you exactly where that bend is in the sidewalk and how it goes and everything else. That's Nate's house.
So this is Nate's house? No.
Yes. And off the left is his deck that comes off the house. Right there's his deck.
This is Nate's deck?
Yes. And if you look at the far left, there's the swing set.
Oh. I see.
So if you're looking at the fence there, the one that goes diagonally, that's the fence that separates the Watts house from Nate's yard. And right there to the far left, upper corner, you can
for
see.
fuck's sakes.
Say, what
Sorry,
did you say? You can see the place that.
So I always thought this is the deck of the Watts house.
Oh, no.
This is what was confusing me. And
No,
that's why
I
said this house right here does not match Betty's nor Nate's.
Right.
But if this deck is Nate's,
yes,
and here's the Watts house,
Yes.
Then it makes sense.
That's why I give you that photo of the back of the house where it completely shows both houses. Well, it
Hold on.
shows all three houses.
Hold on, I pulled that up. Oh my God. Ah, I'm sorry, I have to apologize and take my stream of debunk down. You won. I hate admitting when I'm wrong. Oh, hold on, let me pull that other one up. Oh, holy shitballs. I'm sorry. And this was such a heated fight. But the gravel, I see still, I do see gravel though. Hold on.
See, they were still landscaping. Oh, here's the one I wanted to show you. They were still landscaping the back of that area because
Can you just send me yeah. I'm
they
gonna show
they
I'm gonna
didn't
show
have the grass yet. The very last one
yeah,
I just showed you right now is the back of the house.
right. Now I see. Now I see, and now I can tell you exactly where hold on. I'm gonna show you. This is a very good picture. What you just sent me. Hold on. Let me just open this. Oops, that one. Yeah, now I see. It's clear now. Oh my God, you really won that pillow fight. Hold on. Okay, I have to apologize to you guys. I told you BS, it seems. Don't laugh at me. Laugh with me.
I'm laughing with you. It's okay.
All right. So, if okay, so basically what we're seeing in that tire track image is this deck
That's
and that
Nate's deck.
inset,
Yes. And the
correct?
way that they were parked up against the fence, backed into the fence, they would be off to the side closest to the new built. So that if you're coming down that street or even looking down that street, you would not see their vehicle parked there. And
Okay.
because that fence is so low, if you look at that Forerunner, all they had to do is open up the back hatch and it's actually higher than the fence. So they just matter of pushing or pulling Shanann into the back of the truck, and that's it. That's all.
Right. So the tire tracks we see on the tire track photo are right here.
That's right. Yeah.
So why not if she was taken out through that Mickey Mouse window right here,
Yeah.
why not park here?
Because if somebody drove by or even down that street, they could see the truck parked up against the back of the fence. And that's why I think they use Chris's truck out front as a diversion.
I see what you're saying because this house, the new build here,
Yeah,
would have covered
completely.
the view to the truck they put her in.
Yeah,
Correct?
right. See, I got the aerial photos I sent you too.
Ah,
It shows
you're
different
smart.
directions. I'll be posting them in your group. But no, I it shows different directions so you can see up the street and down the street. And there's no way that you could see where the vehicle was parked. So, and again, with
And
that
him seeing.
Forerunner, they could just pull up against the fence there and open up the back hatch and they just slide her in and away they go. And
So
one thing about
nobody, right. So nobody would see them
nope. And you got to remember,
parking here.
Chris said there's no cameras back there There's no lights. Nobody was living there, and she could either went over the fence or somebody could have taken her out that way, is what he said.
Right. Oh my goodness. You really are a star. All right. Just for the sake of it, I want to compare those two images. Give me one little mini second. Do you accept my apology?
Oh yes,
Next
I'll
time
have to
we're
talk
having
to
a
Steve
pillow
about
fight.
hitting you with a
I
pillow,
am
though.
still I'm still not convinced that this is an older picture though because of the gravel.
Yeah. Now, if you look at Cece's hair and everything else, I do think that happened before that picture was taken before they went to North Carolina.
That one of Cece?
Yeah, on the fence. Because I have a picture of her the year before, and she's not as tall.
Right.
And well, her hair isn't as long either.
Okay. Let me just share my screen real quick. Oh my God. I hate to be wrong. But yeah, I have to take that stream down then. And I will do. All right. Do you see that?
It's small, but yeah, I can see it.
Oh, yeah, I'll make it bigger. Hold on. Um, okay. So basically, what we see, this right here, this house right here, is Nate's next door neighbor's house. Correct?
Um,
This one here, the gray one.
I believe so. I can't tell by that one
And
because that's
that
part of
is,
his deck. That's his
that's
deck right there.
Nate's.
Yes. The problem
Right.
is the shadow on the house because the way the sun's hitting it.
Yeah, this
That's
is a
probably the
shadow.
reason why
This is
you're
a
having
shadow
problems.
here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but we can clearly see that. And I was thinking, his deck is on the left. So this is neither Betty's nor, and I flipped it around even,
Hmm.
and it still didn't match because I was under the impression that this deck is the Watts deck.
Okay, no.
So,
Yeah, there's the white pillar and everything.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, the posts match as well. Yeah. So this little white, what you see here is
yeah,
this post. This post is underneath here, obviously.
yeah,
And here's the bend,
yeah,
what we see right here. So the tire tracks were right here.
yeah.
And
And that other picture I showed you of that close up of the tire track, it shows you how wide they are and that they're mud tires too. Because on Chris's truck, it's a work truck, and
hold on,
they don't
I'm
run mud
gonna
tires.
hold on, I'm
Same
gonna
with
oh my goodness. I would be scared shitless, how nosy Nate is.
yeah. But if he's standing out there making noise out front, that would attract anybody that's looking out the window, but looking out to see what the heck Chris is doing. They wouldn't be
Right.
looking out the back. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
Some people were even saying back then that Nate, sat in front of his camera 24/7 and he was
Yeah,
live watching.
yeah,
So what you're saying makes absolute sense because he was watching the front, what was going on, right?
yeah,
While people were in the back.
yeah. Because he
So,
said you can even see trucks coming down the street.
right.
So,
So Chris saying, I have, there's no back cameras in the back, and he has a camera because, oh my goodness. gracious. Hold on. Okay. What picture did you want me to share next?
Well, there's the wide track, like the the track in the dirt there, and then you
Oh
can
yeah.
show, if you want, you can show NK's truck. It's the same tires.
Okay, hold on. Go in this one, and then I gotta light up my laptop. Does someone know how to probably not, but does someone know how I can light up my laptop screen constantly? It's like it's going darker and darker because I have this friggin' adjusting of eyes and health and all that crap on my laptop. I
You'll
can't
have
get
to
rid of
Google it. Pretty well
it.
anything on YouTube, the problems with different laptops, that's all I've been doing lately is Googling. Look for one that
Right.
has the most views on it.
No, I just asked Jeff. I'm probably too stupid. All right. Um, I'm gonna just put them.
See, with all them evidence markers, I sure really would like to know if any of them were set out back, because they don't show that.
Yeah.
They just show the three, and that's it,
Yes,
leading
it's
to
it,
the back.
yeah, it's on charge and it's all the time.
Oh,
Um,
really?
I I did not do anything different. Well, Jeff told me, not to um charge the laptop when it's not completely low or empty
Right.
because it will kill your battery, and this is
Yeah.
like
It messes the
really
memory up of your
expensive.
battery.
All right. You cannot you cannot get the battery out anyway on Apple devices, so
No.
you would have to buy a totally new laptop. All right. So,
Oh, lots of photos now.
is it visible? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the one at the very top, that one you're moving there, that's how wide the track is, and you can see the actual treads on that tire.
Right here, right?
Yeah. As to the work truck tires, they're smooth tires. They're just an all season radial tire. But as to them are mud tires, and you can see how tall that truck is, that Forerunner, with NK standing beside it.
Yeah.
And on the far right one, the back of that truck, that tailgate opens straight up in the air. That whole back end moves up in the air. So all it had to do is back up against that fence, and that's it.
What happened? It's gone?
It's disappeared.
No, anyway.
A
Okay,
Houdini.
we have this one.
Yeah. So the back of that whole back end of that truck, that Forerunner, opens up straight up in the air, that whole tailgate.
Yeah.
And if she was left in there for any length of time, the
Yeah,
position
Don
that
and I
she was found,
were
sorry?
looking that up. Don and I were looking that up too back then.
Oh, okay.
Opens. Yeah.
The position that she was found in, well, they call it the dirty dog in yoga, but the position she was found in with them Forerunners, they have seats, two sets of seats in the back there. So if they put her in there in that position, the rigor mortis would have set in by the time she got out to 319. So that's probably why she was found in the position she was in, because of the way she was put in there.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably why she sold her truck so quickly.
Yes. See, I'm hung up on that birthday party, because if he went from the Lindstroms to NK's house, and he had two extra car seats on the floor of the garage. There's nothing saying that he could have put them two car seats in the Forerunner and drove the girls out there, and that'd be another reason that NK would know which tanks they were in, and she could have been there to help either dig the grave, but then
Right.
again there was three places where the ground was disturbed. So does that mean that she was help digging the graves that, well, could have been for CC and Bella, but it was taking so long, and that's why they ended up using the tanks? I don't know. I'm just speculating, but that'd be one heck of a reason for her to get rid of that Forerunner. So,
Well, you can hide things in there, right?
oh yeah.
So, where's this image coming from?
Sorry, going back again. That there
Where
is
is
from the body cam, because when they were looking at the back there, they had a picture of the tire track. There's still more like that are kicking around. Well, there was. I can't get into my where I have my all my photos right now.
you know how
Uh,
that looks like? That looks exactly like the tire tracks at the 1029, Survey 1029.
really?
Yeah, because you know why? It rained on. You see that?
Okay. Yeah.
It's half washed away and it rained on.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm debunked. I'm gonna put them two pictures in a picture frame and send it to you. Oh man. See, and this is why, just to defend myself a little bit, this deck right here,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I always thought it's their deck.
Okay.
That's why I was thinking this house looks not at all like Nate's. So this must have been taken elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my theory and impression.
Mm-hmm.
I did not look at it as this is the Watts deck. This is Nate's deck, and this is
Mm-hmm.
the swing set.
Because what was it? 2 years ago now, there was a YouTuber that actually went to the back of the house, because I found these white spots on the wire because they put up it's stalker wire on the fence. It's to keep like rodents like rabbits and that coyotes out of your backyard. But
Right,
there was these white spots on the fence, and I was convinced it was part of the sheet from when they took her over the fence, because one of the images I have, like I got close-ups of that sheet. There's even a lizard running across it, but there's an actual hole in the sheet when they're holding up the sheet. So I thought maybe it got caught on the fence or something. And so when they went there, they went took pictures of the back of the fence for me, and there's no white spots on the fence. So
right.
whatever it was that was caught on that wire is gone.
So those white spots this guy, this YouTube creator caught could very well be from a white vehicle, right?
No, no, no. These are round spots as if it was material,
Oh, okay.
like stuck on the wire itself.
Ah, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because,
I get.
well, when I found the holes in that, like the hole in that sheet, I was wondering how many more holes, because they didn't ever lift it up. They just picked it up and showed a picture of it, and that was it.
Yeah,
They didn't open it all the way up. So I don't know if that was only one hole or if there was three.
right. Oh my goodness. All right, you opened my eyes like big time. Right after this, I'm gonna take that stream down. Okay, you guys, I apologize. Um, public to Dave G and to you guys, obviously. But yeah, I'm also only human, you know. I try to be perfect, but I'm not. So I hope you can forgive me.
Well, that's
So
one thing about having an open discussion on your channel too, so that you can more or less debunk each other too. So, but
yeah,
again, I can't really say they took her out that way. It just that everything leads to they did, and I think that was just a distraction out front, and that was it.
yeah. Luckily, we had this pillow fight, right, Adrian?
Yes.
But nobody ever told me, this is not the what's deck. So
Okay.
somebody could have said something. All
Well,
right,
I'll
no,
jump down now, and good live. Thanks again.
no problem. And thank you for being here
Okay.
and coming up. That
Talk to you
wasn't
soon.
wasn't planned that I get debunked in that pillow fight, but yeah, so be it. All right,
Okay. Bye
thanks.
bye.
Dave. All right, you guys. Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked now. But yeah, I was under the impression that this really was the what's deck because I was always going towards that Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse window, right? And it didn't make sense to me. So I was assuming that's the what's deck. So why would they, you know, it's okay. All right. With that out of the way, we can continue with the timeline. Lady Sarah, happy birthday! Happy, happy, happy birthday! Is she even still here? Lady Sarah, I'm gonna play something for you because I can. Um, Please, everybody, wish Lady Sarah a very, very happy birthday. And what can be a better song ever than this one? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. So I dedicate that song because then I can go have a smoke. Also, thanks, Sarah, for having your birthday today. So I'm gonna, you just have to listen to this. This is my favorite happy birthday song ever. It's just so nice. So we're gonna listen to this. Happy birthday, Sarah. You're very, very welcome. You deserve it. All right. So, Sarah, stay with us. Celebrate your birthday with us on the What's Case. Alrighty. Oh, I gotta tell you guys, you know what? I went to town today and we got school stuff for my son today. And I was recognized by two young ladies. They said they eyeballed me in the shop, right? And I was like, what are they, what the heck is going on? I mean, they were looking at me, staring at me, and I walked past and then they said, "Lady, are you red?" And I'm like, "Huh? Red?" Didn't know what was going on. And the one girl said, "Red eggs from YouTube." And I'm like, "Yeah." Oh my God. I was so happy and also embarrassed, but this never happened to me, in my little town. That two girls actually watch my channel living in my town. It's crazy. Never ever happened, ever. And yeah, they took selfies. Right, but that just aside. And it made me really, really happy that I was recognized for the first time ever after a year on YouTube. Crazy. Yeah, but it's a small world, isn't it? All right, let's get back into it. Mm, Share screen. Oh, where was it? Ah, here. All right. Hope you can see that. Yeah. Okay, so he goes in that little gas station to get money out. 10:19 p.m. Shanann searched Google and the internet for lazy dog menu, lazy dog restaurant, and bar, find a location. So she got an alert, right, of having the $63 charge. And she gets suspicious and looks up the menu because $63 is not, that cheap. 10:51 p.m. This is the No, this is not the 111-minute phone call, but he calls her again for 51 minutes. So as soon as he gets in, even though they were together for the whole day, um, she he calls her right away. So Kessinger later stated in her interview that they were talking about apartments, and she again offered help to find one, but CW was less enthusiastic about finding an apartment. So had CW changed his mind? Because we were told that he said he decided to stay with his family, or he decided for his family on that day. All right. This is what Nate's camera shows on Saturday, the 11th. And you can go back on body cam. I'm not going to show the body cam because it always gets flagged by that freaking Lasso group. And they will take that stream down. It will be up within 24 hours because they cannot prove they have copyright, but still it's just annoying. So 11:43 and 11:20, Nate's camera detects a motion on his camera here in the driveway of the woods. So this is either a car coming, pulling in, or pulling out. That's not to be seen because Nate doesn't click on that motion sequence. But as I said, go to the body cam, it's all over YouTube, and watch Nate's footage and slow it down to about half the speed or even 0.25, then you see it even better. When he clicks on Saturday, this will come up on those 2 timestamps. Tumbleweed, I don't know if that's a white car. That's just, the headlights reflecting. It's really pixelated and shitty, but yeah, this is all we have. And it's a shame that he doesn't click on it, because then we would have the video, the actual video. And as Nate states, he can see cars from here, from there, from everywhere, and from the universe. So yeah. Then we have the router logs from the 12th. I just put this a little bit together, and I'll be doing the 12th and the 13th when we get into the detailed timeline. I'll be doing that on Saturday. It's already scheduled. No red cars. No. That red car, first of all, there was some piping for the water underneath, right? And also the car appears what I believe to be Betty's car, that appears behind the bushes. If that was a car sitting on the gravel, first of all, we would have seen it right away on Nate's camera, a car parking there. Second of all, there's no throughway, so it's fenced off, so the car cannot come from anywhere, really. And third of all, it's Betty's car, Chris's truck, when he starts the truck. It gives a light reflection onto Betty's car as she drives out. But yeah, I made a little video about that too. That was last year, and I can't remember what I named it or what I put in the title. Just look it up on my channel. It's on several other channels too. The explanation about that car. All right, 7:32. Not found in Watt's phone. Shanann sent him a message. Good morning, baby. Love you. 7:58 a.m. Shanann told Addie, I got a lot of work to do this week. Next week, I'm gonna go Mia while away with Chris in Aspen. 8:09 a.m. Shanann asked how the girls were. Watt said they were good and drinking a shake. Shanann replied, Miss you guys. Give them kisses for me. Watt said he Josh asked Watts if he was truly all right with Josh and his family staying with the Watts family when they move. Watts said he was. That's cool, man. Watts went to describe the finish of the Rockies game. It was epic. 8:35. Shanann told, yeah, I believe it was epic, being with NK. 8:35. Shanann told Eddie, I need to do better with my calendar. I don't block out family time. I fill in family time. He, Watts, said to me last night, it has nothing to do with business though. Eddie said she thought this could have been the issue and insisted Shanann make more time for the family. Shanann replied, No, I agree. No, I think it's itty bitty things. I sometimes can be bitchy, and he gets that side of me. I know I tend to make him feel like he isn't able to do things because I have control issues. He said he said the other night he wishes he I just let him hang a picture. So here she is finally admitting that, it is all a bit too much. 9 a.m. Shanann's calendar had an entry titled Talk scheduled for this date and time. So now let's look a little bit at the router logs. So this is the MAC address for CW's work phone. It is in his router, it's his watch, but that's actually not true. So what they declare as his watch, Apple Watch, is actually his work phone. Why do I know that? Simply because his watch was on the bedside table. He did not wear it, but he did carry his work phone back and forth. So the watch is not connecting and reconnecting constantly to the router, right? So because it is already in the house. So it's his work phone. At 9:29, he's running in and out a little bit. So his work phone connects in and out. Sometimes it's also that the phone might have lost connection for a little bit or something happens. As you can see here, it's only seconds, right? That differs. So here 29:07, 29:06, and here 26:39, 26:39 is even the same time stamp. So nothing unusual. 9:04. Shanann continued with Eddie. I always have, but he also never calls me out. He never fights me, just goes with the flow. He and I know I like things done a certain way, but I never thought about how that make him feel as a man. I don't even know if this is what's bothering him. He still hasn't said. I'm praying he wrote me a letter, like I asked, since he can express himself better in a letter than talking. Shanann added, I'm the pusher and he's the withdrawer. He has strengths that are my weaknesses and vice versa. Shanann continued, the lack of communication isn't on my part. I can be better at how I communicate, but he doesn't communicate. I say things sometimes just to get him to react in any way, since he doesn't react, and that's not good. It's not even all the time. 99% of the time, we are perfectly fine. And we have never ever fought. Literally, over anything serious. I have fought with him over stupid shit, like not doing something I asked him in a timely manner, Shanann said. I did belittle him without realizing it with his parents. Told him he needed to find his balls and protect his family. Shanann said, "What's it's submissive when his parents are involved?" Eddie said, that is what's the disposition, and added, "He would kill for you." Shanann told Eddie, "I told him in a letter I would for him, and there has to be mutual respect. I did respect his parents enough to deal with them. His mom just didn't, and when alone with me, jabs at me. It's not fair. I mean, I agreed to spend 5 weeks with both parents. That's hell for me. But I did it for him and kids." So she agreed to spend 5 weeks with both parents. So what wasn't that on her own that she went to North Carolina to see the family because she couldn't go afterwards, along the time because she was pregnant and she couldn't fly anymore? So what does that tell us? She did agree to spend 5 weeks with both parents. What had they talked about? Right? What had they talked about? Was it that they talked about, what, let's do a trial, a separation trial. You go see the family and I stay alone, and we see how things work out. Was it that? Maybe, right? Shanann continued. He was never close to anyone but his dad. I, being the family person, tried bringing them closer and it backfired. I need to feel like he will stand up for us faced with difficult situations. That's where he flaws or weakness. Shanann told Eddie, "My weakness is I have an Italian temper that can't hold back when pissed. I'm a fixer and I want to talk this out, and he just wants to work it out in his head. I've just been acting kind of normal. Morning, baby, love you, etc. But not overdoing it. Overdoing it is what we do. We are so affectionate, can't stop touching each other, etc. Not just the sex, just the touch." 9:57. Shanann asked Watts, "Can you do me a favor today if you have time? Can you get the girls' backpacks ready for tomorrow with blankies and spare clothes, please? If not, I can do it in the AM." Watts said he would. So, and I put, NA would later state that the group had planned to go on a sightseeing trip in Arizona, but after checkout, Shanann fell so ill that they decided to stay in the hotel lobby until their flight was scheduled. After that, 10:57, the unknown Apple device, where I could not find or connect any device of their house or what they had, like tablets, watches, stuff like that. I could not find a device with that MAC address. So I just put unknown Apple device. Connects to the router at 10:20. And the same Apple device connects to the router when he gets home on that August the 13th. 10:32 a.m. Shanann asked Watts to send her some pictures of the girls. I miss them. 10:45 hours. Watts searched Google for Mount Colima. He preserved an image of the volcano spewing lava and smoke. I don't know. I was thinking, this might have something to do with his state of mind, like fire, volcanoes. Then I was told a while ago that Mount Colima is famous for sacrifices. I did not, um, look deeper into this, but maybe you guys know if that's true that Mount Colima is known to be used for sacrifices, especially children, back like 100, 200 years ago. Not sure about this. Like I said, I didn't look into this in detail, but yeah, maybe you guys know. 11:13 a.m. Shanann asked if the girls were taking a nap. Watts said they were just laying down. Shanann asked Watts, if you have time before they wake and want to call me back, I'd love to talk to you. Watts said okay, but he never did. Then Missy is calling Jimbo for 1 minute again. All these 1 minute phone calls, right? Where you get a chance to say hi and goodbye. All right. Then his personal phone locks in the router. 12:17 p.m. Perhaps the last image of Shanann taken in life. Metadata confirmed the date and time. Then she is sending him a message, Kissinger. No, you can't buy the scrolls. Dude, the Dead Sea Scrolls are some of the oldest, most important writing in the world. As we remember, in her interview with her dad reminds her of her alibi, right? He says, oh, haven't you been at the museum? So I did look up if they had a Dead Sea Scrolls exhibition back then in the museum, and they did. Was open till 5 p.m. I'm not sure if that's also a made up bullshit story about the museum. Surely the museum does have cameras, but yeah, who knows? They probably didn't pull it. So then he had a connection of Alexa onto his router. This could be for several reasons. Could be a IP renewal. It could be, something triggered Alexa. Normally, I was told sometimes the Alexa is in sleep mode, and when you trigger her, she will connect back to the router. So this could have happened. So something triggered Alexa. 1:30 p.m. Watts took photographs of the girls playing in the distance in a backyard near a small pool at the Lindström's birthday party. So by 1:30, he was there already taking pictures. As we remember, the Lindström said that the party will start around 1 p.m. Right. 2:46. Ronnie asked if Watts and the girls were doing well. Watts said yes. Ronnie responded, okay, we love you guys. Then after that, he sends her a message. And this is the message I was talking about, right? They were at the IMAX to see a movie, Jurassic Park. So then either they missed it or it was sold out. I can't remember. And this is what I told you before. He said to her, nice, that sounds like a good time. I haven't seen an IMAX in a while. So, are these messages an alibi? Right? A week before they were going to see a movie at a freaking IMAX. I haven't seen an IMAX in a while. So either the story of them wanting to see Jurassic Park was bullshit, or this message right here on the 12th of August at 3:14 p.m. is bullshit. And it's just to, set up some kind of alibi. 3:56. Shanann asked if the girls had fun at the party. Watts said they were still there and they were having fun. Shanann replied, "Good, I'm glad. Okay, love you." Watts did not respond. 4:07 p.m. Been pounding fruit and had a whole jar of asparagus. He didn't smoke any barbecue this time. He did hot dogs, so I did the fruit and veggies. Then Vivint, called Suga or Shuga, is the company, at 4:46 and 18 seconds gives a connects to the router. So this is a synchronization of software. Vivint needs the Wi-Fi network or his network to connect to certain updates, right? It's the same if for example, if your computer is not connected to a network, it won't run an update. And it's the same with Vivint. People thought that this is a Vivint alert at 4:46, and this is when he came home, but it's actually not. It's a synchronization or an update Vivint runs using the home's network. We do not have any Vivint logs. They were not made publicly available. So, next up. At 4:56, I don't think that they ever told us the exact time Chris left the birthday party. I believe Dave said it was around 4:30-ish, right? So, but we don't know for sure. I haven't seen any proof of, in writing or in the timeline that he actually left at that time. So, 4:56. What searched Google for another volcano? At 6:44, a photo was created in his image file documenting the temperature setting in the refrigerator. All right, here again, real quick, I explain. The technician would have stated that Watts took a photo or sent a photo. The technician here clearly states, and it's also in an HEIC file, which is unique for Apple. A photo was created in his image file. That means he might have searched something, got sent something, and he just put it in his photo folder. And this is all what it means. Same thing with at 6:47 p.m., a photo of 4 chicken breasts on a barbecue grill was created in his image file. People say that Betty in her interview states that she saw him having a barbecue at around 7 or that night, and she did not see the kids. Well, if you go back to her interview, which all of us played to death, she does not say that. She does not say that he is having a barbecue. She doesn't. What she says is she saw them barbecuing when her dad was there. So weeks before, or when they had that North Carolina trip, not North Carolina, that San Diego trip, or when the Rusek family lived with them, is what she meant, not that day. And it's easy if you want to listen to it, go back, just put Betty's interview. She never said that. And he created image files. So he does all that stuff, right? He searched for that volcano. He's creating image files. And then before that, see, here again is another mix up of the discovery. It starts with 456, then 644, 647, 506, 507, 520, 523. So the images, okay, just think they're not here yet. They're not there. This doesn't exist. Those two little columns don't exist, okay? So he's searching for the volcano. Yeah? And you will realize now that it makes it's a totally different outcome as if you would read it with those image file creations in the middle. So he's searching for the volcano. Then he told Cody Roberts, his coworker, I have the whip checks for the 629. I'm gonna go straight out there from my house in the morning. I will look at that 319 as well and run the 1129 if you want. 507. Watts called Sandy Rusek and held a nearly 12-minute conversation. All right. FaceTime calls, first of all, don't show up. Second of all, in Frank's interview, he states that he believes that this was a FaceTime call with the girls and they were eating cold pizza. So, remember this, right? When was that? 10:32 in the morning. He took pictures of the girls eating cold pizza. So, Frank did not FaceTime the girls, or the Rusek family did not FaceTime the girls at 5:07. They FaceTimed the girls when they ate cold pizza in the morning. Okay? When asked, and I think there's a specific reason why they ask. At what time, Mr. Rusek was asked, did you talk to them? And he said, well, my wife talked to them. And the investigator said, well, what time? And Mr. Rusek states that he went back to look at what time that was because he wasn't sure, something along those lines. But she had deleted that phone call. She had deleted that phone call. And if you don't believe me, go back to Mr. Rusek's interview and listen for yourself. 5:20. Roberts replied, I was going to head out there first thing tomorrow to check out the 319. And now, you remember what I told you an hour ago? He's now saying, did Troy talk to you about what I had found out there Friday afternoon? So this is evidence that Cody did not know that Chris was standing next to friggin' McCoy when he called him about the leak. Cody did not know anything about this. Otherwise, he wouldn't have asked him, did he tell you what I found out there Friday and that the thing was leaking? Watts replies, yep, I was standing right next to him. LOL. I was giving him a fire stick to look at. I can't go out there though. No sense in both of us going out there. LOL. So what the fuck? Troy tells us that Cody called him while Chris was present, right? So Cody surely would have known everything that was talked about, the leak, that Chris was there, that Chris offered to go out there. But he didn't know. He did not know. So either there was no fire stick meeting, or they were keeping their mouth shut and did not tell Cody that Chris was standing next to McCoy. Right? Okay. Then Missy calls Jimbo again for 2 minutes. And then he's searching the Dead Sea Scrolls. Then we're still not at the 644 image file creation. Still not. 609. Roberts responded. All right, sounds good, man. I appreciate it. I think I still have a couple conies left out there. And conies, I had no clue what conies were. So my friend Mary, she worked in maintenance and stuff like that, and she said that's some sort of tools. I can let you know in the morning, and let me know if you find anything at the 319. If not, we may pressure test that BP line and see if it's leaking underground. Then he looks up, or he creates those image files. Refrigerator and 4 chicken breasts on a barbecue grill. After Cody said that. Right? He's still, his phone, none of his phones, neither his work phone nor his personal phone, have yet connected to his home router. Meaning, he's still not at home at this point. 7:46. Shanann asked, "Hey honey, kids in bed?" and asked for pictures. Watts replied, "Bella just back in bed." Shanann noted, "They must be exhausted." So, now here you go. Watts resend the images from earlier in the day at the dinner table. He added this image taken later in the day at the birthday party, the last known photograph of Bella in life. So he's resending her the old images. Why would he do that? Why would he resend those images and not just take pictures of the girls? You know, they were taking pictures all the time of their little baby monitor, even screenshots or pictures. Why wouldn't he do that? No, he is resending her old pictures. And this is why I do believe that the girls were not there. Not there. Because if they were with him, or probably still alive, why not sending her just pictures? Why resending it? All right. Then 7:54, Shanann told Watts the power went out during dinner with Cindy and Eddie before the airport. She sent a photograph of the darkened restaurant. She commented on the photographs he just sent. "Great job on Bella's hair." Watts replied, "That sucks. Yeah, she cooperated." Shanann explained, "Really bad dust storm, rain, thunder, and lightning." Shanann said, "Cindy bought their dinner, Shanann concluded, praying it doesn't cancel flight. Eddie's flight was canceled this morning. 8:20. Shanann called Watts and held a 9-minute conversation, revealing how their talk went. Immediately after this call, she told Watts, "Sorry I bothered you. I just wanted to talk to you." And this is where you guys have to go back and listen to NA's interview. Because NA states when they were at the airport, Shanann was kind of like, a little bit nervous and blah, blah, blah. So Shanann said to her, "I call Chris," right? So this was probably that 9-minute conversation they had. But what she also said was that Shanann was suspicious that he is probably not at home, or she feels like he is not at home. Go back to the interview if you're interested in it. She states that, NA states that actually, that he is not at home. She feels like he's not at home, or something along those lines. Then at 8:31, Shanann told Addie she can call Chris about Jack. He's up. 2 minutes later, Shanann told Watts, "Thank you for taking good care of the kids this weekend so I can learn and work. I appreciate it." Then at 8:45, and this is what needs your attention now, you guys. Watts returned a missed call to Eddie. So Eddie called him, right? And he didn't pick up. So, and they held a 16-minute conversation. Moments later, he told Shanann, "You're welcome. I just talked to Eddie." In their follow-up messages, it is clear Watts offered Eddie mechanical advice on a car. And now look what happened. So all the time, since the morning, he did not connect to his home router, right? Then at 8:45, he returns a call to Eddie and they talk for 16 minutes. Now see what happens. When he hangs up the phone, he immediately connects to his home router. And this is the first time he connects to his home router since he left in the morning. So where was he after the birthday party? He wasn't at home. Unless he was all the time for 5 hours on the phone, nonstop. Where was he? From, let's say, 4-ish to 9. And this exactly does match up. 9 p.m. and 45 seconds. So when this phone call with Eddie ends, he connects to the router. And this is when he got home. Where was he? For 5 hours. 9 minutes later, Shanann asked Watts, "What kind of vegetables do you want with dinner tomorrow?" Watts replied, "Green beans." Shanann said she would buy them tomorrow at Costco along with other items. So this is also morbid, right? What the forensics do tomorrow, put them quote unquote, I mean, I just can't with them. This is basically saying she's not seeing tomorrow. Ridiculous. Shanann soon told Watts that she was ready to come home. "I'm ready for bed." Now, we're still on the 12th. And I'm gonna be doing, this one I'm gonna be doing, and then I'm gonna end the stream because then we're gonna go into the important stuff on Saturday. I mean, this is all important stuff, but the really important stuff. So 9:13, Shanann sent a message to Eddie explaining the accompanying text was what Shanann planned to tell Watts tomorrow night. The message read, "Can you please tell me something? Because just like you, I'm in my head. I try to fix things and make them better, and this is making me crazy. I know that you need time. I want to give you what you're asking for and respect your space. I need some time. This place that I'm in my head is not a good place. It is not healthy for me or Nico. Nico with a K. I need you to help me help you. I need you to give just a little bit of what I did or didn't do so I'm not going crazy in my head to figure it out. I know I can't fix this by myself, that we are going to have to work together." All right. Nico with a K, right? She's spelling it with a K. All right. 9:28, the infamous 111-minute phone call. She pings in Thornton. He calls her. He calls her. Do you remember what Don told us? That he called her and told her that, he got rid of the girls. She wouldn't believe it, so she drove there. 9:29. Shanann made an unanswered call to Watts. Of course, he's not answering because he's on the phone with Brown Bikini. Now this. 9 minutes after the phone call started, Nate's camera detects emotion. 9:37 and 25 seconds. Headlights again at the Watts driveway. Right here. See that right here. "9:44. Shanann told Watts, tried calling you to give you update. Was starting to board and they announced that our crew isn't here yet and it's going to be a minimum of an hour before they are here." 9:45. Shanann received a calendar alert, flight from Phoenix to Denver. At 9:45, again, headlights show up. That was the 9:38, and that was the 9:45. When did the phone call start? 9:28, right? 9:45, that's 20, 25, 20, 15 minutes. Here. Saratoga Trail, or where NK lived, to Saratoga Trail, approximately 21 minutes. Just saying. Just saying. Another car, right. So she could have made it. Let's put it this way. Because on Google Maps, you would have to put the exact, you would have to search for that route at the exact time. Because it calculates the traffic and all that crap. So another vehicle, or maybe the same one, or maybe somebody waiting outside, captured again. It says here, motion detected. So something was going on at 9:45. Then here again, Vivint had an update or a synchronization at 10:52. 11:08. Shanann's flight takes off. Before that, she sent a message to Karen Epps that's Karen is working in the school or something, telling her that they will see each other at the school tomorrow. 11:19, the call between NK and CW ends. And as soon as this call ends, his personal phone connects back to the home router. So where was he? Where was he from 9:28 to 20 past 11? Right? Where was he? Was he in one of these vehicles at 9, what was it? Oops. At 9:37 or 9:45? Where was he? 11:21. Watts finally replied, "Holy crap, sorry, I passed out on the couch. That's gonna be late." So, phone call ends. He immediately connects back to the router and then sees, obviously, Shanann's message and sends her a message back. "Holy crap, passed out on the couch." Then again, motion is detected at 11:25 p.m. Again, headlights show up. So there was quite some stuff going on in the Watts driveway between 9:37 and 11:25. Right? I wish we would have timestamps on this one. Because obviously a car drove past Nate's house. Because as you can see, the camera is rotating to that point. But unfortunately, we cannot prove it because we did not see the actual footage. We just see the clips on when the camera detects motion. All right, you guys. On Saturday, we'll be going into August the 13th, the day. I purposely closed this now, shortly before midnight. I'm gonna pull up the last 3 slides we just discussed on Saturday as well. So we just, keep on going on where we stopped. And I'm back with you. All right. I said it's gonna be a mini marathon. I'm very tired today, but I wanted to get this out of the way before we get into the really, everything is important, but these details are important, especially with everything we know now, right? So yeah, definitely. What are they doing? Exactly, Natalie. Penny, loads of activity. Yeah. It's a shame that we don't have all of the footage. It really is. If her flight arrived on time, would she have arrived home? I don't think so, because if there was some plan going down, um, I don't think so. If there was some plan going down, they ran errands. You can basically really see that. Cars showing up, headlights, and whatnot. So they were running errands because her flight was delayed, and they didn't expect that. And because of him being on the phone with NK all the time, he obviously did not see Shanann's message, her saying, my flight is delayed and it will take at least an hour until the crew is here. Alisa, I love you guys. I really don't want to go, but I have like bags under my eyes. I need a little bit, at least a little bit of sleep. What's coming up on, I wanted to do the Mitchell Kwai case tomorrow, but I had to reschedule it to Wednesday. And then, yeah, we're gonna go into another big, long, I don't know what's wrong with my nose, it's itchy. Big, long marathon again on Saturday. And I hope I see you guys all there. Alrighty. Big, massive thank you to, thank you, Adrian, for dropping the link. Big, massive thank you to the mods that made it to my unexpected, unplanned, unscheduled live stream. I caught them a little bit by surprise. Massive thank you to all my members and subscribers and everybody in chat that you guys were so respectful. And I found we had a great discussion. Well, you guys had a great discussion. I don't see chat when I'm reading. I do see a little bit on my phone, but that's about it. Alrighty. What else is there to say other than have a good night, have a good day, stay safe, and I hope I see you all Wednesday. Have a good night. See you soon. Bye.